Today on the Philly Talk podcast, we will be talking about therapy sessions. I'm just kidding, but we will discuss Jalen Hurts' targets last year and how A.J. Brown fits and how this whole offense is going to change once again because of A.J. Brown.
This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking sixes in the bird gang, that's I like. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk podcast. And today, we got a lot to talk about. But before we do that, Eagle Nation, help your boy out and hit that like button. Subscribe if you are new. And ding that notification bell so you know when these videos drop or when we go live. Let's jump right into it. So A.J. Brown shares on Twitter therapy sessions. Calm, cool, collective. They got the time off, but the best ones still put in that work. We've seen pictures of Devontae Smith and other Eagles, but look at the chemistry being built by Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown, who go way back, best friends. Jalen Hurts is A.J. Brown's godfather to his daughter. Like, this connection, this duo is going to be something. And we're going to look at the top 5 targets of Jalen Hurts last year and see where we fit not only A.J. Brown, but also Zach Pascal, because we do got not one, but 2 new pass catchers that look to make the roster. You could talk about Devin Allen, you could talk about Britton Covey, and we'll discuss at a later time. But there are 2 new pass catchers being introduced, and we got to see where the top 5 lays. But I'm just glad to see them putting in work, because there was a rumor going around that in OTAs, there was no chemistry. Well, we practiced the least out of any team. They were only there together for 1 or 2 games, 7-on-7, not even 11-on-11, and he threw to him one time and it was broken up. Like, come on now, we're putting too much stock, the good and the bad, in OTAs. Training camp, you can put a little bit more stock in, but our OTAs were walkthroughs. What I took from that is Jalen Hurts said he was working on this, and it low-key looks like it, not just by the OT plays we saw, but also by the feedback from Dallas Goedert and Nick Sirianni. But it's good to see them out there getting into work. A.J. Brown looks as big as ever, because not only can he catch the ball 50 yards deep, but he's one of the best players in the NFL to take a slant, the distance, break tackles, get that first down. If it's a 3rd and 6 and you throw the ball 3 yards behind the first down, I'll be screaming. But then I say, oh, wait, it's A.J. Brown. I ain't worried about it. He going to carry the load for sure. And then again, just the effect of this pitcher. 2 guys wanting to get it right so they can prove that, they might be one of the first to ever be that close off the field. And it translate year 1 when they're both trying to prove who they are, right? A.J. Brown got the bag. Jalen Hurts wants to, but A.J. Brown wants to respect to be a top wide receiver in this league, and I think he's low-key starting to get it. And this is the year to put this stamp on that for sure. This is the year to put this stamp on that. Now, before we get into our next topic, I want to ask you guys this. Or first, I want to talk about this. 34 days until training camp, 51 days until we have our first preseason game against the Jets, 81 days until we take on the Lions, season starting week 1. But I got to ask you, I saw NBC ask, who is your Mount Rushmore? And NBC Sports Philadelphia, they big on Twitter. I want to ask you who your 3 favorite Eagles of all time is. Now, also, I'm going to take 1 or 2 random people that answer this question and shout them out and put their comment on the next video. But you have to have hashtag Eagles, and then, of course, give me your 3 all-time Eagles. It could be coaches, players, GMs, anything to do with the Eagles. Hashtag Eagles, give me your answer, and we'll see if we can get you on. Also, hit the like button. I greatly appreciate it. Now, let's go to targets, because targets is interesting. It's very, very interesting because, of course, leading the way as a rookie, Devontae Smith with 104 targets. Dallas Goedert had 76 targets. Quez Watkins had 62 targets. Jalen Reagor had 57 targets. Kenneth Gainwell had 50 targets. Now, the next one, number 6, honorable mention is Miles Sanders, who's been in and out the lineup, right? That goes to show that we don't have that much depth, right? Greg Ward is probably one of our better receivers, but he was not utilized. And hopefully now with the receivers we got, we can stop leaning on Greg Ward. Great guy, trustworthy, but we need to have more talent in this room. Now here's my question to you. Where does AJ Brown fit? Where does Quez Watkins fit? I think Dallas Goedert, after getting paid, is going to want to produce more. Plus, Dallas Goedert and Jalen Hurts started to grow some connection down the stretch, but we can clearly see that Devontae Smith pretty much doubled all the wide receivers. That was the connection that was built. And that's why it's so hard for me to pick. Is Devontae Smith going to take the leap and be better than what he was this year with a guy like AJ Brown? And I'm not saying the eye test, because we're going to see it and we're going to be loving what the offense provides. But statistically, somebody might get hurt for the simple fact that now the ball's going to be shared by two wide receiver one type players, and a top 6 tight end in the NFL. Then you got to sprinkle in the explosiveness of Quez Watkins, right? The catchability of a Kenneth Gainwell if his role becomes bigger, running and catching the ball. And let's not forget Zach Pascal, which I got a video coming out very shortly. Quez versus Zach. I'm a bigger Quez fan overall, and I like a guy who is explosive to fit in with Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. But Nick Sirianni brought Zach Pascal here for a reason, and he might trust him as the big slot because that's where Quez might have to do most of his work, although these wide receivers are versatile and can play inside and outside everywhere. You'll see AJ in the slot, YZ. You'll see everybody everywhere. But I do think, Nick Sirianni's not just coming in here and saying, yeah, we brought Zach Pascal and he's not going to play. I think that third and fourth guy, they all got to fight between Pascal, Quez, and yes, Jalen Reagor. They're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. But again, 104 targets for Smith. He caught 64. 2 drops. Dallas Goedert, 76 targets, 56 caught. Good catch rate, but he dropped. Good catch rate when targeted, but he dropped 5 gimmies. He makes the hard catches drop the easy. That got to change in 2022. Quez, 62 targets, 43 catches, only 1 drop, his fault. That was the Denver game. Reagor, 57 targets, 33 receptions, 4 drops, 2 of them in the Giants game. And Gainwell, 50 targets, 33 receptions, 5 drops. So for us giving him credit as a receiver, some of them were difficult for a running back. He got to get better with the dropsies as well. Again, if you ask me right now, who leads in targets, I want to say Devontae Smith or A.J. Brown, right? Yes, Dallas Goedert's not going to lead. He'll contribute. Quez Watkins won't lead, but he'll contribute in the bang, right when you thought we weren't going to use him. He goes over the top. Remember, he had the longest play from scrimmage via longest receiving catch last year, which was 91 yards. And wait, who tracked him down? Who was the safety that tracked him down and tackled him? Oh yeah, Jaquiski Tart. That was who it was. So I'm going to see that too. AJ Brown could be the better receiver, but Devontae Smith could eat more throughout this 2022 season, and vice versa. As we see who Jalen Hurts is looking at more, maybe Brown, maybe Smith. He played 1 year with Smith, but him and Brown are close, and he got the bag. The play callers are going to try to get the ball to Brown because what all he can do, his size, his ability. However, if defense starts to scheme and take him out of the game, you still got a wide receiver 1. So we haven't had a 1,000-yard receiver in a long time, since 2014. But I can almost guarantee you we're going to have at least 1. I'm not claiming we'll have 2. We got 2 receivers that are capable of getting 1K per. But I don't know. I'm going to have to really look at the training camp and see early in the season, because I can easily see A.J. Brown coming in here and being the dominant dog he is. But I can also see a scenario where wide receiver 1, Devontae Smith, is getting wide receiver 2 recognition against a defense, and he makes them pay. So as the year goes on, it could flip-flop. Well, he was the top dog. He's the top dog, because that's how versatile we are. 2 wide receiver 1s. It's beautiful. Jefferson goes off one game, next game Thielen. Seen it. T. Higgins goes off one game, next day Chase. Seen it. We seen the duos do work like that. And now it's our turn. So where A.J. Brown and Zach Pascal fit in is going to be interesting. Who drops out of the top 5? Rager, Gainwell, most likely. I ain't mad if it's A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, Quez Watkins, Zach Pascal. That's a good 5. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Also, who do you think will lead the lead? Not necessarily yards. Who's going to lead the Eagles in opportunity, which is targets? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Who leads the Eagles in opportunities, which will be targets, in the 2022 season? I got to see more. I got to see how this game plan is going to come together around these two type players, but it got to be either Devontae or AJ. It's going to be tough. I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. Let me know all your thoughts about everything we talked about. Therapy session. I like seeing it. There's no off season. When you want to become champions, you want to win, there's no off season. Until next time, y'all know what time it is. Whoa. If you made it this far, I'm not going to play the whole thing, but again, this episode is sponsored by Manscaped. We don't got to do every video, but Manscaped's been treating me right, and I'm telling you, they'll treat you right. Use promo code PhillyMike for 20% off and free shipping. All you do is go to manscaped.com/PhillyMike or go to manscaped.com, look around. Ooh, I like this. Ooh, I like that. Put it in your cart. When you're done, promo code, I got you, 20% off and free shipping. We out.